One of my favorite things that I've ever learned when it comes to startups is most people, when they're starting a company, they do ready, fire, and then they might aim, or there's like fire, fire, fire,
Keep firing.
just keep going.
What are we trying to do? Make money.
So here's what I mean by that. I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with someone. I'm going to start a company. I have this idea. This is what I'm going to do. And then lots of times, well, most of them never do anything.
Yeah, they never do.
They just talk about it. They don't actually take action.
Man, I had the idea of the iPhone back in like 2000s, but
No,
he didn't.
He's a liar. Um, but after, if they get to the point where they're ready to take action, the first thing they do is they develop their product. So if it's a piece of software or a mobile app, they start coding it up and developing it, and they're spending money and time. And then after, whether it's 3 months or 2 years or 3 years, I've actually had some people who have done like 5 years of development. They put it out to the marketplace, and that's when they find out that what they built wasn't what people really needed.
Didn't need it.
And so there's basically two directions that usually goes. One, they obstinately hold onto that idea, and then they try and convince the world that even though they don't need it or they don't want it, that they should.
And yeah,
then they fail.
They fail. Well, yeah.
And they lose their money.
Yeah.
Or other people's money if they raised money. The other route that goes is that they're humble enough, they put it out in the marketplace, they see that it's not getting traction, and they start asking why. And they start say, okay, well, this didn't meet the thing that you were looking to do, but what could? What about this resonates with you? What could I add to make it better? And those people, inevitably, they do succeed because they listen enough that they can recalibrate their aim.
It took them like a few years to like get to that point.
A few years, lots of times millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So
why not just ask them?
How about ready, aim, fire?
Aim,
ready, aim, fire. Ready. So Matt and I decided to start Okape, and we did spend about, what was it, like 3 weeks, a month?
Yeah, it was about 3 weeks.
Where
every day
we were just like talking and brainstorming. It's like, what do we want this to be? Who is this for? And why are we excited about it? And let's try and write some words down. And then we're like, okay, that was fun. But in the end, we know who we want to serve now. It's people who either have the desire or are currently challenging themselves physically, living outside their comfort zones, taking on adventures and try to better themselves, right? Here's a novel idea. Why don't we talk to him?
So it wasn't as cut and dry than that. It was like 3 weeks of going back and forth about like who we're gonna sell to and like what these people want.
What do they want? We know what they want.
We know what they want. We, obviously, because we're humans and we know what everybody likes in the world. And then after some point, Nathan goes, stop. Because this is what we call mental gymnastics, and
I might have used some other words. We should talk about it.
It's fine.
We already had one video blocked because of the political content.
I know, great.
We actually have.
And proof. So, and all of a sudden he looks at me and he goes like, we're doing mental gymnastics. What really needs to happen is we just need to ask people. So we're done here. We're not gonna do any more of these conversations until we start talking to the people we actually wanted to serve and like just make these things for. And it's like, oh, that's a really good point. And he made me read a book in 3 days, which was awesome.
It was a good book.
It was a great book.
Demand Side Sales, Bob Moesta. Check it out.
Bob, you're my boy. You're my boy, Bob.
Yeah, he's amazing. A super fan. I'm actually a super fan too.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
I've been able to meet him. I kind of fanboyed out on him a little bit. I tried to be cool, but it was too late. Well, first, I'm not cool, so that's kind of the first problem.
The fact that you said you're not cool is actually cool to say now, so.
I'm wearing it, yeah, but